Good afternoon. It's time to color. So yesterday I was challenged by B, I believe, to create a Christmas card using the pirate set. So this is Aye Captain, and it's got this cool little pirate and a little crab and a palm tree, coconut tree, little sword fighting Sandy bird, and a drinking me. And so I decided for this particular Christmas card, I would use the drinking girl. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put her in her Christmas best, and we're gonna make a Christmas card out of her. So what do y'all think? Hi, Linda Lou. So I'm gonna zoom in so you can see me coloring. And this is Sweet Sentiment paper, of course. And so I'm gonna grab some colors. We are gonna give her like a sun-soaked look today. So that's the colors we're going for here. I have these ones for you. Trying to get into Facebook on my computer so I can see comments, but you know, technology, all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and start coloring until my computer decides to pick up. So I'm gonna color all of her skin all at one time because it's such a tiny amount that I'm not worried about my paper drying out and all that kind of stuff. So here we go. Hey Linda, do you mind commenting so I can make sure the comments are working? Since my computer's not working yet. I'm gonna put a shadow here. Very tiny, tiny, tiny shadows here. Okay. So I like to put a shadow under her chin because I feel like her face would leave a shadow on her neck. Inside her ear. Side of her face. And the sun's going to be coming from this direction. I usually put the sun coming from wherever the character is looking. Her little fingers wrapped around the mug. Hey Cheryl, are you here too? Hey Janet. Or is it Jeanette? I forget, I'm sorry. And then I like to put a little shadow around her nose. And that's all I'm gonna do for that darkest shadow. Now I have E13. else is watching? Hi. Hello, hello. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, see, I'm not seeing comments on my phone, but I'm getting them now, I think. If I can get my computer to work. There we go. Hey! Hey there, hi there, ho there. Okay, so now I have E13, and I'm gonna come around and just add. I chose these colors because I want her to look a little more like suntanned. Because, I mean, she's a pirate, so you know she's, like, at sea and in the sun all the time. So, I'm thinking that she would be a little more tan than me. Okay. Such a teeny tiny amount of skin. Got my release package yesterday and the sale one today so fast on the last one, so I've got lots I can do now. Yay! Cheryl, you get to color now. Yay! Yeah, those did get there fairly fast. I'm pleasantly impressed. You didn't have to pay any extra or anything, right? I sent them properly. I did good. It's always a crapshoot when you send stuff to Canada because I feel like it's not ever consistent. Like sometimes they have to pay extra to receive the package and sometimes they don't. And it depends on how you send it and all of that stuff. So just trying to make sure I take care of my Canadians, my Canadian friends. All right. Yay! I did good. Yay! You know me, Cheryl. I'm always worried about it. So, all right. So I'm going to use RV95 for the inside of her mouth. And then I'm going to use RV34 for her tongue. And her teeth are such a teeny tiny spot, I'm not even going to worry about them. Okay? So now we get to start playing around with the different colors and different things to make her look kind of more holiday-ish. So I'm going to go ahead and put her in black pants. I know, sounds a little odd for holiday-ish, but bear with me. There's going to be lots of red and green. And I need to be really careful with this black marker. So you might not be able to see what I'm doing because my hand's going to cover it. Because I don't want to add too much of this. And then at the same time, I'm also going to make her vest black. And then I'm going to color inside this. What are you guys doing today? Anybody have any weekend plans? What's going on? I now have N8. I tried to get my husband to stay in here while I was coloring, but as soon as I hit the live button, he was gone. He was like, nope, not doing it. And then in 6, and yes, I am only using a 3-color blend. Yes. There we go. Okay. So now I think she's going to have a green shirt and then a red headband and a red sash and a red patch. So we're going to pull out a fun green. I want something super duper funsies. So I'm going to use YG67. And I'm going to add the shadow. Did you all see that the sale has been extended? We had quite a number of you that said you missed out for one reason or another, and so you asked us if we could please, please, please extend the sale, and so we did. IG67. And use G14. So hopefully y'all get a chance to shop now that we extended it for you. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to get a red, and I have a fairly classic red that I like, so I'm going to use that. R39, R29, and R24. Man, you guys are not talkative today, are you? Are you guys sleepy on the weekend? All right. Just watching the color. That's okay. I am working on making some Christmas gifts because I like handmade gifts, so I thought some of my friends might. Linda Lou, you're just watching too? Not too many on today? Not too many people coloring on? Yeah, or people watching today? Yeah. Sort of kind of normal for the weekend because I think a lot of people are out, you know, like Christmas shopping and doing all of that kind of stuff. So I don't generally expect a ton of people on for the weekend. Okay, so now, oops, I'm going to color the barrel. I'm going to start with B12. I know that sounds odd, but I like to make these rings look a little bit more metallic. And by putting a blue undertone to them, I think it really adds that metallic feel. Okay. And then I'm going to grab a couple of my C's. I'm going to start with C7. Yeah, my daughter said the mail is crazy with people. Oh, the mall is crazy. Yeah, I bet. That's why I tried to stay the heck out of those places. I don't know if I will even go to the mall at all this season. Generally, the only time I go to the mall is for school clothes shopping for my son. But even then, we're getting less and less into doing that. We like to shop small businesses for the most part. So we try to stay local here and do most of our shopping at local or mom and pop type businesses. So if we do shop online, it's mom and pop type stuff. Oops, sorry. So, okay. So now the barrel. Yeah. I'm going to start with E29. And I'm going to make small, random brush strokes. But I'm going to keep most of them up by that ring. And then I'm going to kind of shade in the back part here. I'm so much better at doing brush strokes towards my body, y'all. And then from the bottom, concentrating those brush strokes towards the back side and towards the bottom. So hopefully we can give this barrel a little bit of dimension. I asked my daughter to pick things up for me when she goes out. Too many sick people. Yeah. Yep, too many. And too many jerks. I don't know. Christmas is supposed to be like peace on earth and stuff. And I feel like people just get so rude. I don't even know how to put it. They just get rude. Okay, so I'm going to use E87. This is Fig. This kind of has a green undertone to it. I think it'll help make the barrel look kind of weathered. I mean, I know that Christmas has gotten super commercialized, but like, still have some common courtesy and be nice to your fellow humans. There is no gift out there that is going to be, you know, that important, that it's life or death, you know, just is flabbergasting me. Too hard to tolerate some rude people, so I just stay away. Exactly, Linda Lou. All right, we're getting there with this barrel, you guys. Okay, and then I'm going to do, I think, E43. Okay, so I want to go back and add a couple of extra brush strokes. There we go. Now I'm happy with it. Okay, so what color should her hair be? I think I'm gonna make her like a blondish, brownish kind of caramel color. Thanks. Needs a little bit more dimension, so I'm going to go for, I think, E35. Hey, Milligan's here. Hi, Milligan. How you doing? Oh, you are probably at knitting group, huh? There we go. Hey, my sister's here. Hi, big sister. How you doing? I'm coloring a non-traditional Christmas card, in case y'all are wondering. I was asked yesterday by B to make a Christmas card using the pirates. So here we are, making a Christmas card using the pirates. All right, so then next is I'm going to color the beer. And I want it to be kind of a funky color, so we're going to go with Y28. I'm going to come up in the bottom of the glass. And I'm leaving a little bit of a border on the glass. so that it shows dimension. I do need to start on baby shower invites. Tell me the theme and I'll get started. Once you tell me what you want, then I'll get started making them. Because you know it's going to take me forever. I don't have to have the information for it, I just need to have the theme. There we go. Which, if I know better, is probably a Disney theme. Okay. Now, what I like to do is come in and ground her, make some sort of little scene. She wants no theme, just boy. Oh, well, that's easy. I can make that happen. Does she want all the invitations to be the same, or can they all be just boy-themed cards? Because, man, I can start cracking those out. So I'm going to start with E42 because it's very light. And I'm going to make some sand. Same is fine, different is fine, just all kinds. All right. Okay, so now I know kind of where my shadows are gonna fall. So I can start stipling in some of the sand, okay? Took me a minute to figure out what I was talking about. So I'm going to go back to this Y28. Also, Christy, give me a count of how many she's going to need. At some point. You don't have to give that to me now, but... Okay. So there's Y28. Now I'm going to come in with some E55. Okay. And then I'm going to use, oh, that wasn't E55. That was, yeah, it was E55. I'm going to use my E43. And I'm just kind of going all over the place with these. I don't need this to be like absolutely perfect. I just want the idea that she's on the beach. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chisel nib of that E42 that I started with, and I'm going to color all this in. And the reason I'm using the chisel nib is because I want everything to kind of blur together. So now I'm going to come back in with one of these little bit darker colors, not too dark. I'm going to use this E84. And I'm going to add a little bit, so if the sun's coming this way, then the shadow is going to be this way. A little bit of a shadow. Just to ground her. And then I'm going to go back in and just kind of blend this out some so it doesn't look quite so harsh. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now we're gonna do, let's see, what do I want to do? You guys, I'm like so, I don't know, I don't even know what to say. Words are hard. Indecisive. There we go, there's my word. Okay, so we're gonna work on a palm tree here. Aw, thanks, Cheryl. Just making the trunk of the palm tree. You guys know my artistic prowess is pretty minimum here, so don't be too intimidated by some of this stuff that is too dark. I want something lighter. Okay. And then now I'm going to draw a couple of palm leaves over the top of her. We're going to fill in the sky, and we're going to assemble our card. So this is, I'm going to grab the E8 one because it has a little bit more of a green base. All right. Usually palm leaves are a little bit darker underneath. Okay. And then I'm going to do this third one. I was kind of on the fence about it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. Because, you know, why not? YG63. I got some green in her beer. Okay, and then I want some, where's my YG03? Here it is. I forgot this leaf. Okay. And then one more color, I'm going to use YG61 to kind of tone this down just a little bit so it doesn't look quite so cartoonish. I wanted to have a little bit of that cartoon flair, but not over the top. All right, so now she has that. We're gonna just fill in the back a little bit. Let's see, where do I want to start? have B23. Concentrating, trying to stay out of the palm fronds. And yet still give that kind of scratchy look to the sky that I like, because it creates a lot of texture. Okay. There's snow on the ground outside, and I am coloring a beach scene. Okay. Use B12. Aw, thanks, Milligan. And the key to this is layering, so you're going to want to go back up into your previous color and really layer that on there so that those colors marry together. Okay, and then I'm going to go one lighter with B41. The level 4 in there is the gray, and I chose that specifically because I want it to be not quite so bright. So it's a much more dull blue. I was just thinking last night after I was challenged to do this, and I was kind of thinking about it in the wee hours in the morning when I couldn't sleep. You know, I haven't done a background for so long, so I just wanted to create this fun little background for y'all. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of other things with this, in that I'm going to take my white gel pen and I'm going to add to the suds of her beer. I'm going to grab my gold gel pen and I'm going to go around this earring. I'm also going to put a gold bracelet on her because why not? And this one, I'm going to add a little gold stud in her ear. I mean, she's got to have like all the accoutrements, right? She is a pirate, after all. All right, so now we're going to zoom out. And I've already kind of laid out the card that I'm gonna make. And so I am using one of our cool little laser cut words because I thought jolly was a great word for this. So I'm gonna grab my glue. And I'm going to line this up. Aw, thanks, Linda. Thanks, Cheryl. I'm going to grab my tweezers. So these are our laser cut words, and they are in the shop as well. Or laser cut sentiments, or whatever you want to call them. I really like using them. They make card making really easy. I love assembling them. I think they're really fun. Speaking of assembling them, Christy, are you still here? Did you put together all those puzzles I sent you? Okay. Now I'm gonna put together my layers. My family, we are puzzle makers for sure. We love putting together puzzles. Anybody else? Like jigsaw puzzles? You haven't done a jigsaw for years? Oh, they're the best, Cheryl. You can even do them like on your iPad. They have apps that are jigsaw puzzles. So I found this random card base. It's black and white speckled, and I believe it's a Stampin' Up! Card base, but I mean, Lord only knows. So I decided that I would utilize that for this card because I thought it would be fun. Before I do that though, I want to grab, I think I'm going to grab Vintage Photo. Your daughter does them on her iPad too, Linda Lou. And I'm just going to hit the outside edges of this so it looks a little worn. And then to make this pop, I'm going to add Sweet Pops. Now, the dies I used are just nesting dies. I believe they're spellbinders. And if I use my tweezers, then I have my big old thumbs out of the way. And I can see where that looks centered. All right, so I have a couple of little extra things here. I, of course, have a paper clip. And I found red burlap, which I thought was super duper cool. So I think I'm gonna add some red burlap to this. And I'm just pulling out some random strings so that it doesn't look like perfectly manufactured. Okay. I also wanted to make this a horizontal card because I haven't made a horizontal card for a while. And I try to make cards that Sandy can use for our displays. And I tend to make all of my cards vertically, like A2 and vertical. Okay, more Sweet Pops. Are you guys enthralled by the card making process I go through? This is why it takes me so long to make cards. I really want this on here. I think it's gonna have to go right there. I'm okay with that. So I'm doubling up the Sweet Pops because I have 2 layers here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue here. Just like that. Okay. Now we're going to find some dots. I think this lime green because it matches her shirt. And there's a lot of red on here, so I'm thinking green might be the way to go. There you go, my friends. We now have a pirate Christmas card. I did it. I did it, I did it, I did it. I was unsure about a pirate Christmas card, but here we go. I think it turned out pretty cute. I don't know if it reads very Christmas, but hey, she's jolly, and it's red and green, so I think it checks the boxes for Christmas. What do you think? Super fun. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. I had a ton of fun making this card with you. There is no live tomorrow because it's Sunday, but Monday there will be. So if you have any special requests or anything, let me know, because I would love to know what you guys want to see on Monday. So send me a DM with an idea or shout out on the page or whatever it is you'd like to do. But I would love, love, love to have your ideas for a card to make on Monday. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you Monday. Toodles!